The Arctic, a vast, unforgiving expanse of ice and snow, a realm where temperatures plummet to unimaginable lows and food can be agonizingly scarce for months on end. For most creatures, such an environment would spell certain doom. The challenge of finding sustenance in this frozen desert, especially during the long, dark winter, seems insurmountable. Yet, one magnificent predator not only survives but thrives here, a testament to an extraordinary biological design engineered for the most extreme conditions. How does it endure periods of prolonged fasting, maintaining its strength and vitality? This is the polar bear, a creature perfectly sculpted by its environment. Its powerful physique and thick fur are instantly recognizable, symbols of the Arctic itself. But beneath that iconic exterior lies a complex and unparalleled set of internal mechanisms, a blueprint for survival unlike almost any other on Earth. To navigate a world where a reliable meal is a seasonal luxury, the polar bear has been equipped with an exceptional metabolic system, allowing it to bridge the vast gaps between feasts, turning scarcity into a state of profound physiological efficiency. It is the ultimate Arctic survivor. The secret to the polar bear's enduring fast begins not in winter's chill, but in the brief, bountiful seasons of late spring and early summer. This is when the ice provides a stable platform for hunting its primary prey, seals. During this crucial period, polar bears enter a state known as hyperphagia, an intense and rapid feeding frenzy. They gorge themselves on vast quantities of calorie-rich seal blubber, consuming incredible amounts of food daily, often eating 10 to 20% of their own body weight. This is the critical window for accumulating the vital energy reserves needed for survival. This intense feeding leads to rapid and remarkable fat accumulation. The polar bear's body is a marvel of efficiency, expertly converting excess calories into a dense, subcutaneous layer of fat. This isn't just a simple weight gain, it's a sophisticated energy storage strategy. A healthy polar bear can boast a fat layer several inches thick, an incredible biological bank account that can constitute up to 50% of its total body weight. This substantial reserve isn't merely for insulation, it's a packed source of energy, meticulously gathered and prepared for the lean times ahead. This extraordinary layer of fat serves a dual, indispensable purpose. While its primary role is to act as a colossal energy reserve, providing the fuel necessary for months of fasting, it is equally vital as an insulating shield against the Arctic's brutal cold. The thick blubber, combined with their dense fur, creates an impenetrable barrier, effectively trapping body heat and preventing hypothermia in freezing water and air. This ingenious design ensures that the polar bear not only has the energy to survive, but also stays warm enough to utilize that energy efficiently in the harshest conditions. As the brief Arctic summer wanes, the sea ice begins its transformation. What was once a stable hunting platform for seals becomes a vast, unbroken sheet of ice, or melts away in certain areas, pushing the seals further afield. This seasonal shift marks the onset of the lean months. Food sources dwindle, and the opportunities for a successful hunt become exceedingly rare. It is during this extended period of scarcity that the polar bear's meticulously accumulated fat reserves and unique metabolic machinery truly come into play, allowing it to endure when other animals would perish. For most large mammals, prolonged fasting leads to severe health consequences. The body, desperate for energy, begins to break down muscle tissue to produce glucose, resulting in rapid muscle wasting, organ damage, and a perilous decline in overall health. This catabolic state is a death sentence. The polar bear, however, possesses a remarkable physiological resilience. It must not only survive months without food, but do so while maintaining enough strength and muscle integrity to eventually resume hunting. This is where its specialized metabolic design proves truly revolutionary. When food becomes scarce, the polar bear activates a profound metabolic shift, a state often referred to as walking hibernation or a fasting-adapted state. This is not true hibernation, where body temperature significantly drops and activity ceases. Instead, it's a more subtle yet equally effective form of metabolic suppression. The polar bear's metabolic rate can drop by 15 to 20%, and its heart rate slows, but its body temperature remains relatively stable. This allows it to conserve energy while remaining active enough to move and seek opportunities, a delicate balance essential for survival. A critical component of this fasting adaptation is the efficient production of ketone bodies. While most animals rely on glucose for brain function, which would require breaking down precious protein during a fast, the polar bear cleverly shifts its primary fuel source. Its body efficiently converts stored fat into ketone bodies, which can then fuel the brain and other vital organs. This ingenious process allows the polar bear to sustain cognitive function and organ health without depleting its muscle mass for glucose production, ensuring its strength remains largely intact. Perhaps one of the most remarkable physiological adaptations is the polar bear's ability to recycle blood urea nitrogen. Urea is typically a waste product of protein metabolism, excreted from the body. However, during prolonged fasting, the polar bear's body is able to reroute this urea, converting it back into useful amino acids. These amino acids can then be utilized for protein synthesis, effectively minimizing nitrogen loss and preventing muscle and organ deterioration. This sophisticated recycling system is crucial for maintaining muscle integrity when protein intake from food is virtually non-existent. Another unique feature is the polar bear's sustained insulin sensitivity. In many animals, carrying significant amounts of fat can lead to insulin resistance, making it harder for cells to absorb glucose. However, polar bears maintain high insulin sensitivity throughout their fattening and fasting cycles. This allows their cells to efficiently take up glucose when food is available, and, crucially, to switch seamlessly and effectively to burning fat during periods of scarcity without any adverse metabolic effects. This prevents the physiological complications seen in other species, ensuring smooth energy transitions. Despite prolonged periods of fasting and relying heavily on fat stores, polar bears exhibit a remarkable preservation of bone density. In many fasting animals, extended periods of low food intake can lead to significant bone loss, weakening the skeletal structure. The polar bear's specialized metabolism actively helps prevent this. This is a critical adaptation, as a strong skeletal system is essential for supporting their large body mass and enduring the physical demands of their Arctic habitat, even when they are seemingly at their most vulnerable. In an environment where fresh water is often locked away as ice, and meltwater can be scarce, the polar bear possesses another critical adaptation: water conservation. Their efficient fat metabolism generates a significant amount of metabolic water as a byproduct. This internal hydration mechanism greatly reduces their reliance on external water sources, which might otherwise be challenging to access or consume in a frozen landscape. This ingenious physiological process ensures they stay hydrated, even while seemingly surviving on nothing but their stored blubber. Perhaps the most profound demonstration of these adaptations is seen in pregnant polar bear females. In late autumn, they seek out secluded snowdrifts to dig dens, where they will spend the long, dark winter months. During this critical denning period, they fast completely, relying solely on their accumulated fat reserves. It is within these snow dens that they give birth to their cubs and nurse them through their most vulnerable stage. This demanding period pushes the limits of their physiology, showcasing the peak efficiency of their unique survival design. For 4 to 8 months, the mother bear remains isolated in her den. She provides warmth, protection, and nourishment to her tiny, vulnerable cubs, all while completely abstaining from food. Her body performs an incredible feat, drawing upon her immense fat stores to fuel her own survival, to produce rich milk for her growing cubs, and to maintain her core body temperature in the frigid environment. This extreme endurance highlights the remarkable capacity of her specialized metabolic system, turning stored energy into the very essence of new life. Finally, in spring, the mother and her now larger, more robust cubs emerge from the den. She has lost a significant percentage of her body weight, a stark reminder of the immense energy expenditure, yet she is still strong enough to protect and guide her offspring. Her cubs, born blind and helpless, have grown healthy and inquisitive, nourished entirely by her body's stored reserves. Their first steps onto the vast Arctic landscape symbolize not just their individual survival, but the triumph of an entire lineage, made possible by an unparalleled physiological blueprint. The polar bear's survival in the Arctic is a profound demonstration of how a suite of highly specialized physiological adaptations works in perfect concert. From its capacity for extreme fat storage, to its walking hibernation metabolic suppression, the efficient production of ketone bodies, the ingenious recycling of urea, maintained insulin sensitivity, remarkable bone density preservation, and self-sufficient water production, each mechanism is a vital component. Together, they form a symphony of survival, allowing this apex predator to navigate periods of feast and famine with unmatched efficiency. The unique metabolic architecture of the polar bear is not merely a collection of isolated traits, it is an integrated system, a masterpiece of biological engineering, meticulously designed for life in the high Arctic. Every aspect, from its cellular processes to its external physique, contributes to its ability to endure the most challenging conditions on Earth. It stands as a testament to the incredible potential for life to adapt and persist, an icon of resilience, perfectly equipped to face the world of ice and snow, conquering the challenge of months without food with breathtaking elegance. While the polar bear's physiological toolkit is immensely powerful, these extraordinary adaptations are intrinsically linked to a stable Arctic environment. As this environment undergoes rapid changes, the finely tuned balance that has allowed polar bears to thrive faces new pressures. Their ability to find and store enough fat, and to access denning sites, becomes ever more critical. The ongoing survival of these magnificent creatures is a story that continues to unfold, a constant reminder of the intricate relationship between life's design and its dynamic world. The polar bear stands as a monumental emblem of endurance, a creature that defies the odds in one of Earth's harshest realms. Its remarkable ability to survive months without food, powered by an unparalleled metabolic design, offers a glimpse into the profound ingenuity of nature. It's a powerful narrative of resilience, an enduring legacy etched into the very fabric of the Arctic. As we observe these magnificent animals, we are reminded of the incredible diversity of life and the wondrous ways in which it persists, inspires, and continues to teach us about the extraordinary power of adaptation.